Coming up on Tiger News, find out how the University of Memphis is celebrating Black History Month and how is COVID-19 still affecting our school and city.
Also, a closer look at how you might be able to get rid of your student debt. We'll tell you the whole story. Tiger News starts now.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Tiger News. I'm Andre Lacey.
And I'm Carmen Darden. Thank you for joining us.
The University of Memphis is kicking off Black History Month with tons of events. Several organizations have put a lot of effort into making this month meaningful. The Student Involvement Center is filled with decorations, quotes, and posters. Black History Month is a time where we come together to celebrate huge milestones African Americans have achieved.
While President Rudd is leaving the university, students are in a shell about the next president. Here is Portia Hernandez with more about this story.
Students at the University of Memphis are uncomfortable as questions about the next new president are being whispered around the campus. As students continue their courses for the semester, changes continue to happen around the campus. The 12th president of Memphis State, David Rudd, announced March 10, 2021 that he will be leaving office in May 2022. The university then proceeded to elect officials where they found Bill Hargrave suitable and announced him being the 13th president of Memphis State, November 9, 2021. However, students at the University of Memphis are skeptical about the next president after hearing the racial uproars of Auburn University. In 2018, the White Student Union hosted an event sponsored by the Honors College about whites not wanting to be in integrated communities after watching a documentary about white supremacy. Now that Hargrave is coming to Memphis, students have expressed concerns.
I feel like he needs to fix the allegations that happened towards him at Auburn and make sure he has a positive mindset and positive outlook about all races on campus, based stuff like that.
I asked Rivers what Hargrave should do to clear his name, and he said,
I feel like he should be attending some of the events that involve multicultural affairs, such as any events that involve Black Student Association, NAACP, VSA, AAA, all cultures and all races basically on campus. So that way people will know that he's diverse with here on the University of Memphis.
We reached out to Auburn University's Office of Provost to get a statement, and what was sent was a statement from 2018 with the first sentence stating, Auburn University is committed to creating an inclusive campus environment where all students are welcomed, but the students of Memphis State thinks otherwise. For Tiger News, I'm Portia Hernandez.
For students interested, the University of Memphis will be holding more events in the upcoming weeks to celebrate Black History Month. Events include a BSA fashion show, a church service, a lecture on mental health, and how to deal with stress, and a closing ceremony. For more information about these events, be sure to check out their website.
In 2021, 50 trans people were murdered, and as the years go on, the number increases each year. Out of the 51 murdered, over half were Black women. In the country, there are still little to no laws protecting transgender individuals. Currently, these bills are affecting transgender minors at an increasing rate. Right now, there are 90 proposed state bills that are anti-transgender, according to the Human Rights Campaign. From bathroom restrictions, medical care, more crackdowns are being enforced. Tennessee was one of the first states to enact a law that would ban transgender-affirming hormone treatments and puberty blockers for minors. One local nonprofit organization is making sure that marginalized groups make sure that in the city have a place where they can call their own. With more on the story, here's Tiger News' Talia Lucas.
My Sister's House was started in 2016. Give safety to those who aren't afforded it. How did those ladies do it? By extending out a hand to vulnerable groups for local trans and queer individuals in the city, whether through feeding the less fortunate or offering resources to post-transportation. The goal was to offer security. It started as an idea, but turned into a project in building tiny homes for those who needed safety of any kind. $250,000 later raised through donations. Emergency housing was given to those in need. These homes serve as a temporary safe haven for those affected by any sort of threat.
A new program might just be able to help you get rid of your student loans. Find out more when we return.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
Actor.
it's time we take a step forward
it's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Have you been looking for a way to remove some of your student debt? We may have a way you can combat debt and help give back to the community. Attending college can create a tremendous amount of debt, but what if more school could help relieve that problem where the student becomes the teacher?
So you have to teach in a Title I school for 5 consecutive years, and then they will forgive up to $17,500, I believe. I'm not really sure what the stipulations to get that. I got $5,000.
Basic requirements for all teachers are to attain at least a bachelor's degree and receive full state certification as a teacher. The amount rewarded depends on the subject taught. To apply for the program, you must complete a teacher loan forgiveness application after 5 consecutive years of qualifying teaching.
Speaking of debt, according to the Department of Education, the average student loan debt in America is over $37,000. There is 1.61 trillion outstanding federal loans. Student loans surpassed all other forms of debt in the U.S. besides housing debt. 52% of all undergraduates at the University of Memphis used federal student loans. 43 million Americans have student loan debt.
The university might have dropped their mask mandate, but when we come back, see how the coronavirus is still affecting our school and our city.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
The number of COVID cases in Shelby County has started to drop. As these numbers go down, vaccinations are increasing. Within the past week, the average cases reported per day has been 355. While these cases numbers are dropping, COVID is still affecting our campus and the community.
COVID continues to be a main topic for most people, especially since a new strain was found this past December. As college students plan their return back to campus, what could that mean for the upcoming semester? With more on the story, here's Tiger News' Gabriella Noel.
This past December, COVID-19 had another outbreak. Now with school back open for spring semester, what does that mean for the University of Memphis students?
Tiger students have returned back to campus for the following semester. As students get readjusted to being back in person, Memphis has provided tips on how to remain safe during these times. They've placed safety protocols around the school as well as on their sites. With the semester just beginning and COVID still being around, one student shares his thoughts on how he feels returning back after another outbreak occurred a few weeks ago.
At first I was nervous due to the COVID spike that happened late December, early January. However, the numbers have dwindled, and I can say that I'm pretty excited to be back on campus.
Memphis will continue to promote different safety measures that students can take to ensure a good semester.
As far as what the rest of the spring semester may look like, that remains to be seen. Reporting for 4639, I'm Gabrielle Noel.
The latest University of Memphis campus guideline regarding face masks went into effect on January 12th. The guideline change was brought on by new CDC guidelines and a new Tennessee state law, which states that a school cannot require a person to wear a face covering on school property. However, the University of Memphis faculty are allowed to ask students who choose not to wear a mask to socially distance from students who might feel uncomfortable with their decision. According to the COVID-19 reporting page located on the school's website, there have been 1,218 cumulative exposures reported since March of 2020, as well as 927 confirmed cases since the start of the pandemic. As of January 28, 2022, there has been 27 active cases. While students are not enforced to wear a face covering, it is strongly recommended, and the faculty do have the right to recommend masks in their classrooms.
It's no secret that there is currently a shortage of workers. The University of Memphis Information and Technology Help Desk is no different. Tiger News' Gabriella Noel with more on this story.
University of Memphis is struggling to find workers during COVID-19. The Information Technology Services helped solve their students, faculty, and staff members' technical issues. When the pandemic started, the service desk switched from being in person to remote. This gave employees the option to work from home. However, the university has now reopened. With the office no longer assisting virtually, in-person shifts have become bare. ITS employee Marissa Hunt shares her thoughts on the situation.
I've noticed just working at the service desk that we have been very short-staffed since COVID started. I think some of that is because a lot of students have not been living on campus, so they are less likely, they're not in the area.
The service desk is working towards a solution of finding more workers to help with ticket requests to ensure all technical issues are being resolved.
The IT Help Desk is currently hiring. They only accept student workers and the pay starts at $10. For students interested, the help desk will teach you valuable tech skills. If you would like to apply or need help, visit their website at memphis.edu/student-employment.
Local businesses are still suffering the effects of COVID-19. Memphis restaurant The Alchemy tells us more on how they have handled it. With more on this story, here's Caroline Jones.
COVID-19 continues to negatively affect local restaurants.
Business has been down for many local establishments since the pandemic started. Alchemy Memphis is a local restaurant that has been suffering through a lack of customers. This started when they had to shut down dine-in services at the beginning of the pandemic, and things have not gotten better. Camille Jones, general manager of Alchemy, has seen all of these changes take place.
Well, to start off with, at the beginning of the pandemic, we had to switch to to-go only, and that definitely switched things up a bit. And then since we've reopened, it's just been more so the lack of business that has changed for us.
Alchemy says they hope that with some special deals and more time, business will return to normal.
Alchemy Memphis is located on the corner of Cooper and Young Street. For 4629, I'm Caroline Jones.
When we come back, find out how residents feel about rising gun violence and what our city leaders are doing to prevent violent crime.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
What do we do? You may not be able to plan ahead for a ghost encounter.
Under the dining table now!
But you can plan ahead for natural disasters. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts.
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
Know your evacuation routes and decide on a safe emergency meeting location.
Here? I know. I picked Orlando.
Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. So pass the Proton Pack to the next generation and visit ready.gov/plan to get started.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
With violent crime on the rise, many are concerned about what the city is doing to help prevent crime. Tiger News' Alan Avant to tell us more.
Memphians are concerned after violent crimes have increased 12% in just 5 months. According to the Memphis Shelby Crime Commission, gun-related crimes are up 21%. Local leaders are doing all they can to prevent another grim year.
The Memphis Shelby Crime Commission hosted a community discussion at Riverside Missionary Baptist Church in South Memphis Thursday evening. Many concerns were voiced. City leaders spoke about what they're doing to reduce violent crimes across the city. The Crime Commission reports a 12% increase in violent crimes. More than half of these incidents involved guns. The pastor of Riverside Missionary Baptist Church, Reginald Boyce, says that he has eulogized funerals for family members and church members as a result of gun violence. Boyce says that keeping these type of discussions open to the public is a great way to get the community involved in reshaping the city.
If officials can see the faces of the community and the community can see the faces of those who represent them, then I think it's the start of something great.
Joanne Lewis began advocating against violence in Memphis after her 25-year-old son, Gerard, was tragically gunned down in 2012. She believed that change starts with the youth.
So we need to mentor our little youth. So because a lot of times these children or these youth are offenders while they're young and they turn into adult offenders.
The Crime Commission launched Operation Safe Community in 2016, which aims to reduce crime over the span of 5 years. The plan concludes at the end of 2021.
For Journalism 4629, I'm Alan Avant.
In 2021, Memphis had 346 homicides, a record-breaking amount. 31 of those homicides involved a minor. Other violent crimes have risen as well. Police Chief C.J. Davis and Mayor Jim Strickland want to expand the living requirements for police officers so the city can gain more officers to fight these violent crimes. Right now, Memphis police are required to live within the Shelby County.
Recent weather left thousands without power, some for multiple days, and left debris in the street. Find out more when we come back.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
How is my little birdykins feeling?
Well, I feel okay. My wing hurts a little bit, but that's okay.
I made the decision to get Big Bird vaccinated because COVID vaccines are the best way to keep yourself, our friends and neighbors, and me safe and healthy.
And it'll help me keep playing with my granny bird and all my friends at school.
Yeah.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
As we move on from the recent ice storm, the damages and outages are still present. We now turn it to Tylen Daniels for a look at our city streets.
Trees, trees, trees. These past few weeks after the storm, crews have been working long hours to get these limbs and branches out of the way. Still, they cause problems. Here, branches block this sidewalk, making the view of the street almost impossible. On main campus, this tree hangs over this road, making it a hazard if it falls. Still, not only is that a problem, but the power outages still resume. On MLGW website, you can see close to 700 homes and businesses still need power. I tried contacting MLGW, but got no answers. Still, updates and tweets are sent out every day like these letters stating restoration efforts and safety tips. If you see or have seen any fallen trees or debris, call this number to get it off the streets. Reporting for Tiger News, I'm Tylen Daniels.
When we come back, find out what's going on around the city and at the university. From plays, food trucks, music festivals, and more. Stay tuned.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel.
Kids use music as a way to provide language for their emotions.
Talking about my feelings with my mother, I'm gonna just be quiet. In the back of my head, I'm like, man, this ain't it.
I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Woo! Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Wednesday morning, the Beale Street Music Festival released their full lineup. This will be the first festival since the pandemic. This will also be the first time the festival is held at their fairgrounds. Typically held at Tom Lee Park, the 2022 festival will be held at the fairgrounds due to construction. The headliners include the Foo Fighters, Van Morrison, Weezer, Lil Wayne, the Smashing Pumpkins, and many more. For more information and to see the rest of the lineup, visit their website at memphisinmay.org. Due to COVID, the Miracles in Memphis event was canceled. However, this past fall, the event was held and hopefully will continue in the upcoming year. With more on the story, here's Alan Avent.
After being postponed last year due to COVID-19, Miracles in Memphis is giving back to the city to those who need it the most.
Miracles in Memphis is an event that has been held by Greater Community Temple Church of God in Christ for over a decade. This year's event took place at their East Memphis campus. Food, clothes, toys, and appliances were given to those who came.
I got some diapers for my kids. I got some toys for my kids. Some clothes for my kids.
Despite the ongoing pandemic, the church's bishop, Brandon B. Porter, said that the event is even more important this year.
Ensuring that safety is his top priority.
I'm going against the odds because people are like, how are you still doing this? People are still out here sick. You don't know who's got COVID out here. Well, that's why we wear masks and our gloves and our attendants, our face shields or whatever to protect themselves.
There were more than 20 vendors, live music and performances, and a pop-up COVID testing site. Bishop Porter even gave $20 to every person who got tested.
GCT has always had the community at heart, and Bishop has always been a pastor who has a big heart, and you have to realize that all of this is free. This is free to the public.
Bishop Porter said that the importance of this year's Miracles in Memphis is to show love in a time of devastation.
For Journalism 4629, I'm Alan Avant.
Looking for something to do? The University of Memphis' theater department is putting on a new play called A Bright Room Called Day. Set in 1930s Berlin, the play follows a group of friends as Hitler rises to power. Admissions for students is of course free, and showtimes will be on February the 24th, 25th, and the 26th at 7:30. The play will be held in the main stage theater.
Everyone knows that food trucks can provide quick and easy cuisine. What you might not know is that in Cordova, you can find a park with multiple food trucks. With more on the story, here's Tiger News' Brandon Justice.
With the increasing popularity of food trucks, one man's idea created a hidden gem right in the heart of Cordova.
Mark Moffmer, owner of Pop Pop's Pit Stop Barbecue, is responsible for Cordova's Pit Stop, a food truck park he envisioned sitting right across the street. Located on Macon Road, the food truck park offers a variety of different types of food, from barbecue, soul food, seafood, Mexican, desserts, to gourmet hot dogs. The only thing missing is the common knowledge of the park in the community.
I want them to know that we are here. Good marketing costs. You know, social media is doing what it does, but I want them to know that we are here. We are open till midnight, and it's a safe, family-friendly, dog-friendly environment where you can come and just relax, not have to worry about trouble, and just eat good food.
Cordova's Pit Stop houses over 10 food trucks. If you are in the Cordova area, take a bite of all the flavors that it offers. For $46.29, I am Brandon Justice.
For all you baseball fans, the University of Memphis baseball team kicks off their season on February 18th against Valparaiso University at 4 o'clock. The game on Friday will be followed with games every day this weekend. Be sure to check out the Tigers basketball website for more information and ticket prices.
And that's all we have for today's Tiger News. Thank you so much for joining us.
And we hope you each have a great day.